Welcome back, everybody. Does anyone remember when I used to do those candy in the car reviews? Typically when I was traveling for work, like I am this week, I'd rent a different car and show it off in these videos and test some candy with you. Well, I am on another work trip. I'm here in Tampa, Florida for 8 solid days of work, and I have an interesting rental car. It's a Chrysler Pacifica. I rent this actually quite frequently. It's a nice, comfortable car. You're getting old when the Chrysler Pacifica is your rental car of choice from the lot. But it is what it is. So I didn't get any candy for us right now because we are in Tampa. We are so close to Orlando, one of my favorite places in the world. So we're going to pop over to Disney Springs and see if we can find either some good candy to come back and test in the car, or maybe some good snack we can find out there. I don't know. But it is getting pretty late. I'm very tired. It's been a long day. I left Atlanta at 4:30 this morning, or I got up at 4:30. It's now 6 p.m. It's been a very long day, but I'm going to need some sort of sugary substance to keep me awake. So let's see what we can find if we can make it there. The GPS is not looking good. There's a lot of traffic. I guess it's spring break time too, and that's not going to help anything. But this might be my only evening that I get a chance to swing over there, so it's got to happen. Let's do it. Come on, let's go. All right, I know I need to really just let it go because we are definitely not zippity-doo-dying our way to Disney World today. The traffic between Tampa and Orlando is absolutely horrendous. But I know that once I see that not-so-hidden Mickey power pole, that we can celebrate the fact that we are almost there. Now, some of you may not know I actually used to work at Walt Disney World. Way back in 1999, I was a college program intern and worked at the Columbia Harbor House restaurant, moving French fries from one counter to the next. And I really enjoyed my time there. I've been to Walt Disney World many, many times since. And some of the icons that we're looking at now, like the Swan and Dolphin Hotel, really bring me back to some of my favorite things. The Swan and Dolphin Hotel particularly was the first hotel I ever stayed on property. I really love the Michael Graves architecture. You know, he used to be really popular way back then in the 90s, had a whole line of products at Target and whatnot. And of course, all the buildings in celebration. Well, I used to come to downtown Disney, as Disney Springs used to be called, way back when, after I got off work. Either there or Epcot, I'd spend all evening. Now, before we go on into Disney Springs today, I did want to say a special thank you to all of the patrons who help support the channel. It is greatly appreciated. If anyone else out there wants to join our Fright Club, you can do so via the link in the description below. Now, so much has changed since I worked here, oh my god, over 20 years ago. Of course, this parking structure is wonderful. It used to be a nightmare to find parking at downtown Disney, and then you'd have to walk across a surface parking lot. You didn't have to go in the parking garage and down this fun escalator to this grand entrance into the plaza. But this is the way I would normally come because I would go to this AMC movie theater all the time, use my cast member discount for some popcorn, and that was dinner. These days, Disney Springs has a plethora of amazing restaurants, but I am partial to these food trucks that hide over here in the corner by the entertainment. One of which is a mac and cheese truck, which is like heaven to me. I would eat mac and cheese every single day if it were an option. So I got myself some barbecue beef mac and cheese, found a little spot over here by the water. It's time to do a little bit of a taste test. Now, it looks small in this little plate, but it was pretty heavy. This thing probably weighed like 2 pounds. It looks delicious. It's got the onion rings. Let's give it a shot. And okay, not bad. It was good enough to eat the whole thing. A little bit too sweet, honestly, for my tastes. I could use a little salt. I didn't really see any seasonings around there. Maybe I missed it. It's a little hard to see anything now that it's getting a little bit dark out. It is the perfect time to take those little boats that go between all of the landings. It's just a nice romantic thing to do if you're looking for something free to do at Disney. Or if you've got a bit more to spend, Cirque du Soleil. Now, I remember on one of my first trips to Disney, we did see Cirque du Soleil when it was La Nuba. But it has changed since. It's now drawn to life. I did really love the La Nuba music. We actually bought a CD in their store. One of the few souvenirs I ever actually buy myself. Speaking of things we need to buy, I do need to find some candy to eat in the car. But I'm drawn to these orange shirts, of course. It reminds me of Halloween and the I'm Afraid really caught my eye. Scream 6. When did this come out? How did I not even know this was a thing? Scream was my absolute intro into the horror genre. I saw the movie when we were in the theaters back in, what was it, the mid to late 90s? I don't even remember. It was so amazing. I remember we came out of the theater just like talking about it nonstop, and I've loved horror, or sort of comedy horror, ever since. All right, I need to know what's going on with this movie poster. We have Courtney Cox there, but I don't see Neve Campbell. She better not get killed off in the first scene of this movie. I am definitely going to have to go see that this weekend. All right, but first we got to make our way through Disney Springs. Look at this ice cream shop. There's actually stanchions with a line that circles around the building. A lot of people coming out with these giant ice cream cones. Looks very good. But there is the Candy Cauldron. Now, I remember this store from back when I worked here. One of the few things that still remains, I think. Looks like they've got the ever-present candy apples. I always think these look absolutely amazing. All the different designs, they're so pretty. All right, but look at that spooky-looking apple there. I think Halloween time would be perfect for this little shop. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek inside. I love the theming of all these little stores here, especially, if you just need a Disney fix like I do for the day, you can come to downtown Disney, certainly get that. You don't even have to visit the theme parks. All right, look, you can watch them make the candy apples, or in this case, it looks like they're making some sort of cotton candy confection. Right down the street here from the Star Wars store, and of course Marvel, which are the big names here with Disney. I remember when there used to be a movie memorabilia store over here on the corner that I would go to all of the time. There was something more magical about movies and the experience than today when you can just find everything streaming. All right, we've crossed the bridge over into what used to be the Pleasure Island. It's now more restaurants than nightclubs, which actually works better for me because I never did the nightclub thing. This was the only one that I ever used to go to. Before it was the Edison, this used to be the Adventurers Club, full of Disney magic and animatronics and a little stage show as you could enjoy your beverages. That was fun. A little ganachery over here where you can see them make their own chocolate. Let's take a quick peek here in the window. Those little kids were really getting into it. See, you can have a whole free day of fun here at Disney Springs, just window shopping, enjoying the free entertainment and whatnot. Marveling over all of the bizarre creations you can buy, like the Lucky Charms Lollapalooza. That looks a little over the top and disgusting. But here is a bakery that probably has more sane goods. Of course, that's a little more boring. We'll walk right past it over here to the marshmallow shop. I hate marshmallows myself, but look at these cool little boxes they have. Look like a really nice shop. Here's a throwback to downtown Disney's original days at the Lego shop. You have that sort of sea monster out there in the lagoon. Of course, the items here by the shop have changed a little bit. Elsa, of course, we got to let it go. Here is the second Starbucks I've passed. Nothing really there I'm interested in since I only drink decaf now. It's just not for me, but somebody must be drinking it. Here is the Ghirardelli store, or Ghirardelli. Not really sure how you pronounce it, but I love this place. This was actually what I had intended to come for. I love the mint chocolate, dark chocolate sundae. If they still have it, I'll never know because all of these people are waiting for their orders. More people than you can even see. The place is just simply way too packed. Here's Once Upon a Toy. This store used to actually be much, much larger than what you've got now, but back from the 90s, you have the 90s edition Clue game here displayed in their store decor with some spoof instructions. So if you want to rewind, you can pause that, take a read, or check my website, theartofmurder.com, where it shows my Clue collection. I'm pretty sure I've got it transcribed over there somewhere. I was a little surprised I didn't see any of the Disney Clue games on display. Lots of things like Battleship and Monopoly, which I hate. but I have to give them credit. Look at that cool little Cinderella castle in the middle of that Monopoly board. But that's going to do it. It is time to go back to the hotel. Oh, look, I have a bag. Can you guess which shop I actually bought something at? Okay, I know the lighting is horrendous. I really shouldn't do these car anything videos at night, but we are going to make this a true candy in the car review. I ended up buying some candy for us from the Candy Cauldron. It was incredibly overpriced, as you would expect from anything that you purchase at Disney, but it is this box of truffles, and it's got a little Mickey chocolate in there and then just a bunch of truffles. I was sold on the fact that it's truffles. It looks like there are 4 different flavors in the box. It's got, let's see here, a dark chocolate with sea salt ganache, a milk chocolate with chocolate ganache, white chocolate with cupcake ganache, and dark chocolate with strawberry ganache. So a few things for us to choose from. And I was thinking, so, you know, it is now 9:30, a little past 9:30. I've been up again since 4 in the morning. I have an hour and 11-minute drive, according to the Apple Maps. So I figured we will stop a couple of times along the way to, let me get a little bit of a sugar rush, keep the sugar in my system, keep me awake for that long ride home. So let's just go ahead and start in the top corner with these. And, okay, so it's a decent thickness truffle here. Now this is, let's see, it's the brown one with the white dots. Got to put the lid back on so they don't fall out. So this is the dark chocolate with sea salt ganache, and actually that was kind of one I was hoping to get, although I'm interested to try the milk chocolate with strawberry, because I saw they had a big truffle bar of that in the store, and it looked like it could be good. I mean, I like raspberry stuff. Not sure how strawberry is going to work out, but I suspect it'll be good. So, you know, it's a little hard to see. Very blurry, but so, you know, it's got the ganache in the middle. It's not too creamy, almost like a little powdery chocolate. I like the dark chocolate. I don't really taste the sea salt very much in it, so I'm a little disappointed by that. Although, you know, I was thinking too when we had the macaroni and cheese that it needed some salt and seasoning in it. I don't know, maybe my taste buds need a little refining at this point. I don't know. But I was a little disappointed in that. It was very, very chocolatey, which I guess it should be for chocolate with caramel ganache. But I didn't love it. Like I said, I kind of like the raspberry in ones. Something to give it a little bit more of a tart flavor along with that chocolate. So hopefully we'll get that in that strawberry one, but we're going to save that for a little bit later. Let me hit the road. I'll make another stop in like 20 minutes or so, and we will try another. So I did stop at a gas station, but this is Mike from the future because my audio, of course, wasn't plugged in right, and we lost it all. So I did want to show you, though, I was trying here a milk chocolate truffle with a chocolate ganache filling, and it has decorations of Minnie Mouse's ribbon, I guess, on the top. So let's go ahead and give it a shot, and it looks like this one actually tasted a little bit better. We have a more creamy center than the other one. It's definitely gives it a better taste, and it makes for a much more enjoyable truffle. But it's just chocolate with chocolate, and it's a little bland in my opinion. I would have liked a little more flavor to it. All right, gas stations certainly seem to have the best lighting. We're at Mobile this time, and we are going to try the white chocolate with cupcake ganache. And that is decorated, it looks like also Minnie Mouse. It is a white truffle, and it's got a Mickey ear with Minnie Mouse bow decoration on it. I love white chocolate. Okay. The inside of this one, it's kind of a in between. It tastes like icing. And it's supposed to taste like a cupcake, so it that makes sense. It tastes like, frosting. It is so sugary sweet. That's a no. I don't like that one at all. Again, it is just way, way too sweet. And that should keep me up enough for the next round of driving. All right, we're going to cheat a little bit and wrap up this candy in the car review here in my hotel room. I did make it all the way back without doing that final stop. I was going to do the end wrap up in the car, but it's so dark you couldn't see it anyway. I thought you might appreciate actually being able to see the products here in the light. So we have one more to test. Before we do that, I did want to point out I really did enjoy driving that Pacifica. It's a very comfortable car, and I'm surprised how much power it has. I really enjoyed it. But anyway, we are back to the candy. This last one is the milk chocolate with strawberry ganache. All right, so this one again is Mickey heads. And let's see what it tastes like. We're back to that more creamy middle. And I like the fruity flavor to balance out the chocolate. Wish it were raspberry, but I will settle for strawberry. I did want to point out, while we're talking about it, the calories on these truffles. Serving is 2 pieces, and that's 110 calories. So for the 4 that I just ate, 220 calories. And I did not enjoy it. Not enough for that many calories. I also think, of course, they are a bit pricey for what you get. I mean, not counting this big piece of chocolate in the middle, you have, 16 chocolates for $25. That comes out to be a little more than like $1.50 each. Really feel like they're worth like half that. It just makes a nice package, though. There was that ribbon on it. I took it off. So if you were to, give it to somebody, it does make a nice, impressive gift. Just to show you again, because I know it was kind of hard to see in the car, kind of the designs on each of the truffles. That was the white chocolate. We just had the Mickey. The dark chocolate sea salt one is a little boring with just the dots. And then we also had the mini ears. I think that's upside down, but you get the gist of it. And then, of course, you have, oh, wow. So this center piece of chocolate is pretty substantial. It's got the nice Mickey and Minnie on the front. I didn't think it was going to be quite so thick. Wow, that is a big piece of chocolate. So that's probably a couple of bucks. That brings the value up just a little bit more. But would I purchase it again? No. I bought this simply because everything at Disney Springs today, the lines were horrendous everywhere. And it was getting late, and I walked into a store and got this in a store rather than waiting in one of the cool shops. There was actually that ganachery shop, and that probably would have had much higher quality truffles. I went and took a look at them. I didn't bring the camera in because it was such a small shop, and the shopkeepers were like staring at me right there. But I wish I had looked to see how much those cost. I can't imagine, though, that they weren't a better value than this, even though they might have cost a little bit more each. It should have been, I'm sure, worth it. I mean, when you just think of it, like, these expire in just under a year from now. So I think you're going to lose some of that quality because of all the preservatives and whatnot in here to make them last, as opposed to those nice freshly made chocolates. But it is what it is. And I hope you enjoyed this sort of vlog. I know it's been a long time since I've done one. A little bit rusty. I'm sure there were some audio and video issues here. But, it's a work thing. I'm just working on my phone and happened to have my little microphone with me, thankfully. Hopefully it worked. But that's going to do it for today. I have to get up now pretty early again in the morning and head off to work. So hopefully I will have a chance to do something again with you here in the next couple of days. Another vlog I've got in mind, so stay tuned, and I can't wait to share that with you. Till then, take care, everyone, and good night. I can't sleep.